Look, let's dispense with the pleasantries. We got a lot to do. I got all three of the new Hourglass limited edition ambient lighting edit unlocked palettes. We're going to compare them to one another. We're going to talk about what's new. We're going to talk about what's not new. We're going to demo them. We're going to swatch them in different lighting. We're going to compare them to one another. We're going to talk about what else they compare to. We really don't have time for pleasantries. So hello and all that. You know who I am. I'm Rebecca. I'm a fashion and beauty editor. And let's just start going, shall we? Okay. So each of these is $90. It's gone up in price. We love Hourglass. We know they're pricey, okay? Don't forget that if you do use code Rebecca, you will get 10% off your entire order at hourglass.com. I do have the link down below in the description bar. And it's just code Rebecca, just Rebecca, and that will go a long way for you because, you know, at $90, any little bit of savings is nice. All right, this is their holiday collection. Every year we get it. As usual, Hourglass is going to donate 5% of the profits they make on these palettes to the Non-Human Rights Project, which is a group that fights for fundamental rights for animals because they cannot protect themselves as we humans can. So as usual, that is still their cause. Each of these three palettes has 5 new shades and 1 curated shade from the past. They are 5 new shades, though, of blushes, bronzers, and highlighters. I will point all of that out to you as we go. And just like last year, you can go ahead and change the cover art, which we're going to talk about the cover art, with the inside. So if you would like to get the lotus flower outside with the dragon inside, you can do that. I have, just like I did last year, I have just ordered them as they come so that there's no confusion. I didn't want to do a review and hold up the evil eye and tell you it's the dragon inside. Too confusing for a review, but if you are only buying one, please know that you can interchange that. Now, a very, very quick note. Let's talk very quickly about the Hourglass Barneys collaboration. This is all timestamped below, so if you don't need this information, you can go ahead and skip it. But let me just tell you that Barneys was oh boy, I am still mourning the loss of Barneys as a department store. They were the thing. Barneys, New York was my favorite place to shop. When I was younger, they were at the head of everything fashionable. They did go under a few years. I, for one, have not recovered. I'm not joking, really. I do miss Barneys. I did not buy the Barneys Hourglass palette. It is for sale. I will link it below. You can get 10% off with my code Rebecca. The reason I didn't, it is the elephant palette. Remember the elephant palette from Hourglass? It is the elephant palette in a kind of commemorative Barneys casing. So if you need that swatched, anything you need swatched or compared that I don't do here, let's just kind of get this out of the way first. I will be doing that over on Instagram. You can make your requests here. You can make them over in DM on Instagram or leave them in a comment on Instagram. But anything you need swatched, I can do that for you there, okay? But that is why we do not have the Barneys palette. It is for sale, however. Okay, let's talk about our art here. Hourglass has worked again with artist Katie Scott on the cover art, and we will look at each individually, and then I figured at the end here is when we'll compare them all. Let's just, break up the pace here of the video because we do have a lot to do. So, Katie Scott artwork, let's look first at, the Dragon palette. Now that's a pretty one. This is the lightest of the three. As usual, each palette will go up. So the Dragon is kind of our light one. Same as last year, they go lightest to darkest. Evil Eye in the middle. And then I would say that Lotus Flower is by, you'll see when we compare them all. And here is the artwork on the Dragon. Again, put whatever artwork you like with whatever interior. The only caveat being that you cannot switch up the interiors. If you want the dragon inside, it comes as one block. You can't pick and choose shades. You knew that, but I just thought I would tell you. Okay, every palette has one favorite and 5 new ones. So let's talk about it here. Our favorite here is this right here. My finger's on it, but I will move it right now. This is our Dreamlight Finishing powder right there. I'll show you it anyway, but that one you might have already, or it might be new to you. This shade right here is brand new, of course. This is our Peach Fusion Blush. Another finishing powder right here, this one, my finger's on it tapping, is the Divine Light finishing powder. It's new. Our new Mauve Haze blush, or Mauve Haze, depending on how you pronounce that. Our new Soft Bronze, obviously a bronzer. And our new Sunlit Strobe Light, which is, of course, strobe light means a highlighter for Hourglass. So that is 2 finishing powders, only one of those new, 2 brand new blushes, 1 brand new bronzer, and 1 brand new highlighter in that Dragon palette right there. Again, the lightest shades. Now, this is going to be interesting because it will depend somewhat on your skin tone and somewhat not. For instance, I think I'm already enjoying, if I could just say it before we get there, I'm already enjoying that Lotus Flower palette, and it is too dark for my skin tone, but I can use those shades on eyes, and I can use the bronzer even as a highlighting blush and all sorts of things. So I just want you to know that it's going to depend on skin tone. It's a face palette. You can use this on eyes, cheeks, however you want. You can use the bronzer on the eyes, whatever. Now, what I thought I would do here, I'm going to have a lot of face washes. That's okay, I'm used to that. There is a little fly that's gotten in because it's like 110 degrees here in California. So if you hear him buzzing around, he is the guest star here on this. We'll give him a name in a minute if he comes back. Okay, so the finishing powder here is a finishing powder anyway, so we'll use that after, but I'll show you what both look like because Dreamlight is not new, but it might be new to you. All right, the Peach Fusion shade is really interesting in this Snake palette, if you choose to keep it in the Snake packaging. It has a little bit of a texture to it. Most Hourglass shades, when you feel them, are super smooth, really finely milled and smooth. It's very interesting, but this Peach Fusion actually has a little bit of a grain texture to it when you feel it, which is a departure, frankly, for Hourglass. So let me do this for you. First of all, as I'm getting this on the brush, let me go ahead and get you some swatches of the Dragon palette in the Dragon packaging. So here it is on the inside, the way you would see it laid out in the palette. Really pretty. This is the lightest of the 3. And then let's take a look at it outside in the super hot California sunshine. Take a look at that outside. You can see it a little better out there. All right, let's go ahead and put a little bit of this on. What I want to do is really over-exaggerate. So here's this Peach Fusion blush, a new shade, and it is definitely the lightest palette. So I'm going to really have to work to make it show, but I kind of like that. I don't like things when they're a little overpowering. And I do want to, I think I got 3 blushes. No, I got 2 blushes. Okay, good. So we can do 1 and 1. I'm going to wash my face anyway. I did a very, very light amount of makeup underneath this because I'm going to have to keep redoing it. Okay. I don't even have anything on my eyes. So this is our brand new shade. This is a Wayne Goss brush, if you're wondering what I'm using. It is the Wayne Goss F3, for those of you playing along at home. This is our new shade, Peach Fusion blush, that is inside the Dragon palette as it's sold. You can switch it if you want. I think you can see that pretty well, can't you? Very pretty, and I really had to do some building. And again, this is the shade that feels like it has a little bit of texture, not on the cheeks, but in the pan. Okay, let's go ahead and look at our Mauve Haze blush. That is our second blush right here. Okay, the Mauve Haze blush, I'll go ahead and use a Wayne Goss Brush 11. This is a new shade and a little bit darker, and I'm going to put this on the other side. Yes, I will be mismatched. I'm okay with that. I just want to demonstrate what these look like. We are not doing a look here. I'm not trying to do any sort of makeup artisty look. I want to just show you the way these look for your reference. I have a neutral light medium skin tone, so you will have to adjust accordingly with your skin tone. And I am indeed trying to overdo this so that you can really see the shades. Okay, so I am wearing this particular Dragon palette. only has 2 blush, and I am wearing both of them. I have our Peach Fusion new shade here and our Mauve Haze new shade right there. Okay, let's continue playing. We have a bronzer here, and I've got a clean bronzer brush. I'm gonna show you it right here. Sometimes they're little palettes. It's a little hard to fit in, but I have this Sonia G brush here, and I'm just kind of sticking it into that soft bronze bronzer. Let's just do one side so you can see the difference. I'm going to really kind of punch it into the hairline here. And yes, I am only doing one side so that you can see the difference. Again, not trying to do a cohesive makeup look for you. Just trying to try the product on. Light, medium, neutral skin. No bronzer. And here is our brand new soft bronze bronzer from the Dragon Palette in Hourglass. Okay, now we have a highlighter. So I'm going to grab, this is going to really put that highlighter on. This is an F4 from Wayne Goss. And we have one highlighter in here, and it is the Sunlit Strobe. Now this is an interesting highlighter to put into this palette. To me, this would be a little bit better on eyes, but we're going to face swatch all of this. This is very golden looking. So let me just put it, I'm just going to kind of stamp it here on the side, and I'm going to really overdo it, guys. I'm just going to kind of stamp it here on the side where I don't have bronzer. And again, not trying to do a look, overdoing it so you could really see the shade. Okay, I'll leave artistry with these palettes up to you. It would be pretty on the eyes though, wouldn't it? To me, these are all over face palettes, including eyes. I just don't want to keep washing off my eyes. So I'm being a little bit lazy there. Okay, now we have some finishing powders. We have 2 to be exact here. We have Divine Light is a brand new finishing powder, and Dreamlight, which is one you might recall. I got 2 brushes here so that we don't contaminate. Here is Dreamlight, and I will just kind of show you this stamped on. Very, very light. If you have anything over a fair to light complexion, this will appear white on you. It's basically translucent, so it can be buffed and go away. But if you have medium to a deep to tan complexion, you're going to go whoop right when you put it on. And I am now switching out to another Sonia G brush so that we can then try on this slightly more medium friendly Divine Light finishing powder, and I'll put that on this side. And this one is much more translucent, and it isn't going to just kind of pop on the skin as white. So there's the difference. The one you might remember from before on this side in terms of finishing powder, brand new finishing powder on this side from the Dragon Palette. There is a cacophony of all the shades. And you saw the swatches. All right, I am going to wash my face. We're going to move on to the next one. Yes, I will compare all 3 palettes and show you all 3. We'll do that at the end. Right now, I'm just going to deal with them individually, keeping us organized. Stay right there. Okay, shall we move on to our Evil Eye palette right here? The Evil Eye is a symbol that has been used throughout many different cultures. It wards off the evil eye. It doesn't bring evil, it pushes it away. My grandmother believed in the evil eye, by the way, and did many interesting things to ward it off. But we didn't use this symbol, but she did believe in it, let me tell you. Okay, so let's talk about there. Hi, Grandma. Somewhere up there. I love her. Our evil eye also has 6 shades. Only one of them is one you might remember, and that is this one. This soft light finishing powder in the Evil Eye packaging. Remember, you can choose to put this whole group into another cover, but just so you know, Evil Eye as it's sold in Evil Eye is soft light finishing powder here is one you might remember, or it might be new to you. All the rest of these shades are brand new. We have our Rose Gold Strobe Light. Strobe Light is Hourglass speak for a highlighter. There it is. We have our new Pink Fusion blush right here. Sorry, my finger's on that, but it's right there. We have our brand new Oasis Glow blush here in the Evil Eye palette, brand new. Our brand new Vibrant Coral blush right here. And our brand new Natural Bronze bronzer right here. That is the Evil Eye palette as it is sold in the Evil Eye packaging. You can switch it. This, I would say, is the medium shades palette. Though you do not have to go by your skin tone, you can go ahead and change it up and put it in different, and put it on different places and use bronzer on eyes and all sorts of things. There are no rules. It's just makeup. All right, let's look at some swatches. Here they are first. Take a look at that here. And that is how it is laid out in the Evil Eye palette for you. We will compare these one to another when we are finished with them. First individually. And then so you can see it better, let's take it out in the warm, let me tell you, California Sunshine. Here it is, as it is laid out in the palette, the Evil Eye palette. This palette has 3 blush, 1 bronze, 1 highlighter, and only 1 finishing powder. The finishing powder, again, is the one you are probably familiar with, and I'll do that last. Okay, so let's take a look here. These are magnetized, so they're sticking to one another. Okay, let's start with, we got 3 blushes, and I only have 2 cheeks, so this is where we make a little bit of a mess, but I'm okay with it if you are, all right? All right, so let's use some Rephr brushes here. Here is a Rephr number 5, and we're going to go in with this much deeper blush. You'll see we're going to get deeper real quickly here with this palette. This is our brand new Pink Fusion from the Evil Eye palette, and yes, I'm going to overdo it. I just want you to see it. Again, I have to keep repeating this. Not trying to do a look, just trying to show you the way the products look. Check it out. Very pretty, has a little bit of a sheen to it, as you probably saw in the swatches. Let me flip our brush over. I'll use a different brush just in case. Let's use a different one. Okay, we got Oasis Glow. That's a blush, yeah? Oasis Glow is a blush. I saw glow and I thought, did I get this wrong? No, it's a blush. Okay, so let me put that on. I like this one. It's kind of a barely there one. I don't know why. Everything else went all deeper. This is kind of a glowy blush, though. Okay. I stopped there because I thought, is that a blush? It is. It's actually a really pretty one. Let me deepen it a little bit. Much deeper than I would ever wear it. But just so you could see it. And then, at the risk of making a fool of myself, not that that has ever stopped me before, we have Vibrant Coral Blush here. That is brand new, and don't wear your blush here, okay? Don't wear your blush here. I'm just going to face swatch it for you. This is not, do not wear blush here. I'm not advocating that. I have to say it a million times, you guys. People flip around, and I'll honestly get comments. Why would you tell people to wear that blush there? Okay, so that is all 3 of the brand new blush from the Evil Eye palette. That is the Pink Fusion, the Pretty Oasis Glow, which I really like, a glowy blush, and then this extremely silly looking down here, Vibrant Coral. I just want you to see what it looks like. Okay, we have a highlighter and we have a bronze. So let's go ahead with our bronzer. Got our clean bronzer brush here. This is going to be much deeper. I'll do it on this side this time because we have this kind of looking silly over there. Okay, let's go ahead and just stamp it into the hairline. This is a brand new bronzer that is going to do much better for our tan and medium skin tones out there, or use it on your eyes if you want. I'm just kind of putting it on really quickly into the hairline so you can see the difference. This side has no bronzer on it, and this side has our natural bronze bronzer, which is a brand new shade in the Evil Eye palette. And we also have one highlighter here, and that is our Rose Gold. It's strobe light highlighter. Almost seems more like a blush than a highlight. That's why I stopped for a moment there. Here we go. Here is a Rephr number 5. Let's just use it for that. This is going to be really pretty. And we will put it on. Oh, where should I put it? Let's put it right here. Okay. Only one face. I need some more faces. Do I have some volunteer faces here? Okay, I will load this on. I'm going to load this on so you guys can really see it. There you can. That's a bright highlighter, isn't it? No highlight on this side, just that very two ridiculous on top of each other blush shades. And then the highlighter is over here. Woo! It's bright. That's a blingy highlighter. It's more gold than it is rose gold, isn't it? All right, I see a face wash in my very near future, and then we're going to look at our I'm trying to keep us on track here, look at our very last Lotus Flower palette, and then compare all 3. All right, stay with me, coming right back with face washed. In my excitement to keep us on track, I did indeed skip silly me, the Soft Light Finishing Powder in the Evil Eye. If that is something you need to see, it's not a new shade, but if it's something you need to see, give me a holler and I'll make sure I get that either to you or over on Instagram or however you need it. I apologize as I don't necessarily want to go back. This train has one direction and it's forward. Okay, let's talk about our Lotus Flower Palette. Here is the art. Take off the cover. Very pretty, okay? And here inside, this is to me, and I don't think I'm wrong, the deepest of the 3 palettes, which you can choose, as I always say, to put into a different cover if you want. Now, they messed with us a little bit. On the first 2, the old shade, the curated old shade was here. They're going to flip it up and put it here instead. So that is our finishing powder, Eternal Light, that you might have seen before. And the rest of the 6 are brand new. This is a very deep finishing powder, so it is good. For me, it would be like an eye shade. I'll let you see what it looks like, but for me, it would be an eye shade. That would be for our deeper skin tones. I couldn't use this as a finishing powder. Fair. Others can. Okay, so we have our Gilded Strobe Light. This is brand new, and it is a highlighter. Strobe in Hourglass terms means highlight. This is our Desert Flush. That is a blush, brand new. This is our Radiant Rose Strobe Light, which is a brand new highlighter. Our Red O, which is our blush. And our Bronze Heat, which is a bronzer and the deepest bronzer that we have. Okay. And let's go ahead and take a look at that. First of all, on my arm in studio lighting while I go turn off the ringer on my phone. Let you look at that because it's going crazy. And here we are taking this outside into the warm California sunshine. Take a look at that. So pretty. All right, let's put this on my face. Might look a little silly. I don't care if you don't care, and I'll try not to skip one this time. No promises, you know me. Okay, let's do the blush first, and we do have 2 blush, and I've got, this is a rougher brush in formulation, so we'll use that first for our Desert Flush Blush, and yes, I'm gonna overdo it. Look at that, isn't that pretty? I don't have to do, it doesn't take much for me to overdo this one, does it? Oh, wow, that's really pretty. That's our Desert Flush Blush. And then wait, you want to see a really, really, really bright one? Let's use this rougher 19 to go with Red O right here. Brand new, and it will also be, so these are going to be our deepest shades. Not going to take much for me to overdo that. I am really into red blush lately though, so I like that. Woo, that's pretty. Let's do it even more. Let's go. Why not? Okay, our 2 new blush. We have Desert Flush on this side and Red O on this side, which are the 2 new blush from the Lotus packaging, if you choose to get it in the packaging in which they intended it. Now we have some new highlighters here. We have 2 new highlighters actually, and I brought little eye brushes over to do the highlighters. So let's first start with our Gilded Strobe Light. This is a brand new highlighter, and I'm going to really put it on there. This is a little bit dark for me as a highlighter, you guys, but I just want you to see it. For me, this is an eye shade. I'm just showing it to you. I'm just putting it there for you to see it really well. And then the other highlighter is our Radiant Rose, and also going to be too deep for me as a highlighter. Would be gorgeous on deep tone skin. On me, yeah, I know I look like I have rosacea right now, guys. On me, that would be an eye shade or even a blush if I used it carefully. But isn't that pretty? Okay, but they are calling it a highlight. And then, of course, we have a deeper bronzer here, which is going to be right here. Okay, and that is our deepest, reddest bronzer in the 3, which is nice. And I will just stamp it here, and it will be too dark for me. Okay, there it is. Okay. It will be a little bit too dark for me, but I just want to show it to you. I just kind of want to show you how it looks stamped on there. And I know this is not to use this face palette as it's meant to be used on my light, medium, neutral skin is silly. I'm not intending it. I'm not suggesting it. I'm just showing you the way the shades look. Here is that deepest, reddest bronzer on me and not on this side. All of these are too deep for me, so I would have to either use them very gently or find another creative way to use them. Trust me, I can. I love these deep face palettes. I have not forgotten the finishing powder on this one. I should have really, because this is one that will not at all work for me, but will work for you if you're a medium to deep skin tone. It is a finishing powder, and let me just be silly here and just kind of show you it on my chin. Now these are very, very light, and so you'll see this is going to be light in application, I mean, but this is going to be too deep of a color. Okay, so at the risk of looking totally ridiculous, I am aware. I know I look clownish right now because I just wanted to show you the shades here. Think of it as a face swatch. Let's compare all three palettes. There is just no doubt about it that, sorry guys, I know I look a bit silly. There was just no doubt about it that it goes kind of lightest to deepest. So let me just open them up next to each other. Here is our dragon, which I keep wanting to call snake, but that was last year. Here is our dragon. Here is our evil eye. And here is our lotus. Here are all three next to each other. Dragon, evil eye, lotus is right here. Obviously, evil eye is in the middle. Here they are. And then I have them for you swatched inside and outside. Here they are inside with dragon on the top, evil eye in the middle, and lotus flower on the bottom. That's in studio lighting. I'm trying to wipe this off of my face as I talk to you. Even I sometimes can take it too far and feel silly. And here they are outside in the warm California sunshine. We have our dragon on top, evil eye in the middle, and lotus flower on the bottom. Now, I could compare these to a million blushes, highlighters. I mean, where does it end? Where does your patience end? Probably sooner than where the comparisons would. So here's what I'm going to do. I will absolutely make myself available to do quick swatches for you on any of the comparisons that you need. I do that over on Instagram. You can catch me over on TikTok and Threads as well, but I use Instagram mostly for my swatching. So head on over there or ask me here, and I will do any comparisons. I will compare these palettes in a more close-up way if you need, or I will compare it to other Hourglass or across brands. I'm here for you. My code Rebecca, just my name, will get you 10% off at Hourglass, and I will print that on screen and down below to remind you. So I am available for whatever you need. Remember, all swatches here were on light, medium, neutral skin. But let me know what it is you guys need. I'm here for you. I know these are a pretty penny, as I like to say. So save 10% using my code, Rebecca, and, do your research and all that first. And however I can be of help for you with that, I am very, very happy to be that for you. So go ahead and ask me that. Check out our Facebook page. We have a membership with lives here on YouTube. All of that good stuff is listed down below. And I will have all of these palettes down below for you to peruse or purchase if they interest you, okay? Go ahead and share this and like it. And the kindest thing that you can do for me is to subscribe, because it helps my channel grow. We just hit 22,000 and, sky's the limit. And next we will have world domination. Maybe I'll reach 23,000 before world domination. I haven't decided yet, World domination, I got to see if it fits into my schedule. At any rate, let me know your thoughts on all of these and any questions you have. We are, after all, a community, and I look forward to seeing all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.